Starting from this video, we are going to discuss about the concepts of AC power analysis. So for introduction, our effort in AC circuit analysis so far has been focused mainly on calculating voltage and power. Our major concern here is the power analysis. Till now we have discussed only how to calculate voltage or current in a circuit. Now we move on to the analysis involving power. Now power analysis, it is a very important concept. Why? Because power is the most important quantity in electric utilities, electronic and communication systems, because such systems involve transmission of power from one point to another. Also, every industrial and household electrical device, every fan, motor, lamp, pressing iron, TV, personal computer has a power rating that indicates how much power the equipment requires. Exceeding the power rating can do permanent damage to an appliance. So power is a very important concept, and all the household appliances or industrial appliances, each and every device has a power rating. So that power rating will indicate how much power is required for operating that particular instrument or equipment. If a power rating is exceeded, then it may damage that equipment permanently. And most common form of electric power which is being generated is 50 or 60 Hertz AC power. In India, we are generating 50 Hertz AC power. And the choice of AC over DC allowed high voltage power transmission from the power generating plant to the consumer. So why we go for high voltage why we go for AC transmissions over DC transmissions is because you can transmit a very high voltage power from the power generating plant like power plants to the consumer. That is the main reason why we go for AC. So in the forthcoming lectures, we will discuss about the instantaneous power, average power and other power concepts, and finally we will see some practical applications. So the first concept what we are going to discuss is instantaneous power. So first of all, power, we know the definition of power. Power is the product of voltage and current. Now just leave out the instantaneous term. Let us first define only the power. Power is the product of voltage and current. So P is equal to V into I. Now the term instantaneous, what does it mean is, we are talking about AC power analysis. So AC is something which changes over the period of time. So at each and every instant of time we will have different values. That is what AC means. Now instantaneous power is power at each and every instant of time. You can see the definition here. The instantaneous power unit is watts, is the power at any instant of time. So at each and every instant of time, what is the value of power? That is what instantaneous power means. So we know the definition of power. Power is the product of voltage and current. Now instantaneous power absorbed by any circuit element, power is obviously will be absorbed in any element. So power, instantaneous power P of T, so at each and every instant of time, so it is denoted as P of T. P of T is the product of instantaneous voltage. Instantaneous voltage, it is represented as V of T across the element, and the instantaneous current I of T through it. So P of T is the product of V of T into I of T. Now this defines the rate at which an element absorbs energy. So let us first consider the voltage and current at the circuit terminals be. So let us first define the instantaneous voltage and current. So instantaneous voltage V of t is equal to Vm cos omega t plus theta v, and I of t is Im cos omega t plus theta I. So here Vm and Im are the magnitudes or peak values of voltage and current. Omega is the frequency, and theta v and theta I are the phase angles of voltage and current respectively. So this is V of t and I of t. Now P of t can be written as P of t is a product of V of t into I of t. So substitute V of t and I of t over here. We'll get this one, that is Vm Im cos omega t plus theta v cos omega t plus theta I. So we have here cos A, cos B. So let us use the trigonometric identity. Cos A cos B is equal to half into cos of A minus B plus cos of A plus B. So applying this trigonometric identity over here, we will get the instantaneous power as P of t is equal to half Vm Im cos theta v minus theta I plus half Vm Im cos of 2 omega t plus theta v plus theta I. So this is the value of instantaneous power. Now if you notice this equation, you can see that you have two terms. This is the first term and this is the second term. So the first term, if you notice this, you can see that first term is half Vm Im cos of theta v minus theta I. So the first part is time independent. We do not have a term t here. So this term is time independent. And this value, it depends upon the phase difference between the voltage and current. Because Vm Im is a constant, now theta v and theta I are changing. So depending upon the value of theta v and theta I, the first term is a constant value. Now the second part, if you notice, that is the sinusoidal function. Why? Because again we have a cos term with time here. Okay, so this is the sinusoidal term which has a frequency of 2 omega, right? So the frequency is 2 omega here. So this is the value of instantaneous power. Now this is what we are discussing about. We have a source here, we have a circuit. So this circuit absorbs voltage and current from this sinusoidal source. Okay, so from that we are actually calculating the power in the circuit. Now let us describe the second term graphically. Okay, the second term is half Vm Im cos of 2 omega t plus theta v plus theta I. So here the angular frequency is twice the frequency of voltage or current. So the frequency is twice. What does it mean? For a single period, that is, we are considering one time period as t. You can see that the time period here, it takes the value of 0, t, 2t, 3t, etc. So 0 to t is considered as one period, one time period, and we have an angular frequency of 2 omega. So within this time period t, we have 2 cycles of power repeated. That's why we have an angular frequency of 2 omega. Okay, so here we can see that we have 2 cycles of power P of t with respect to time t within one time period. So this repeats till the end. Okay, so here this blue dotted line indicates the half Vm Im cos theta v minus theta I, right? The first constant term, okay? And here the amplitude of this peak is half Vm Im. So here you can see, notice that this is the amplitude, half Vm Im, right? So that is what is represented here. Half Vm Im is the amplitude part. Now if we notice that, so power is positive for some cycles and negative for the rest of the cycle. So for each cycle you have the positive part as well as the negative part, right? So in the positive part, power will be absorbed by the circuit. So if you consider this diagram, for the positive cycles, from this source, power will be absorbed by this circuit. Whereas for the negative part, what happens is, the source, it absorbs power from this circuit elements, right? So here that is what is given here. When P of t is positive, power is absorbed by the circuit. When P of t is negative, power is absorbed by the source. Source absorbs power from the circuit elements. That is, power is being transferred from the circuit to the source. Why this happens is because we know that the circuit elements, resistors, inductors and capacitors are the circuit elements which are predominantly used in any type of circuits, and we know that the capacitors and inductors are storage elements. So it has the capability to store power. So when the cycle is negative, whatever energy that was being stored in the capacitor and inductor will be given back to the source, okay? So when power is negative, power is transferred from the circuit to the source. So in general, instantaneous power is the power at each and every instant of time. So instantaneous power changes with time. So at each and every instant of time you have different values of instantaneous power. So it is very difficult to measure the instantaneous power. That's why we move on to the concept of average power, which is the most convenient to measure. Normally all wattmeters, the instrument which is used for measuring power, okay, it responds to the average power value and not to the instantaneous power. So instantaneous power is power at each and every instant of time. So P of t is equal to V of t into I of t.